So our producer Kyro was telling us that he does something when he's out on dates that alleviates his anxiety, but it could be very off-putting to the women that he's dating. I think they probably are. Hey, Kyro.
Hey guys. So I do this in the studio. I know, Mo, you see it every day I'm in. I usually have in my left ear, I have an AirPod, a wireless earbud in my ear, and it plays music. I don't know why. I'm just not a public speaker. I'm not really a speaker at all. You know, there are thinkers in the world, there are speakers, and then there are doers. I'm in the latter category.
You're a doer.
Category. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a doer.
Okay.
Like, I'm not a talker. I'm not a thinker. I'm a doer. Like, honestly, when I first started dating, I just didn't say anything. And it worked, pretty well. I'm not going to lie.
Less was more, huh?
Yeah.
If I don't speak, they fall in love with me. And they give me gifts.
Right.
But lately, I've been in a couple relationships and I've struggled to connect with them. And I realized, like, I kind of got to get over my anxiousness of talking to people just in general. Like, I'm content with just saying nothing, but it's not really because I don't have anything to say.
Yeah,
it's just I'm not a great speaker.
And it's stressful, too. There you are, one-on-one with somebody brand new. You don't know anything about them. When you think about it, like what dating is, you're one-on-one with a brand new person. You don't know who they are. They don't know who you are. And essentially, at the end of the day, you really want to be accepted so badly. So it's nerve-wracking. I can understand why it's causing you anxiety.
Yeah, plus AirPods and like these new earbuds, they make it so easy. And as my hair has kind of gotten longer, I can just kind of like bring it to the front a little and completely hide the headphone on. And I mean, the audio is so low, like they can't really hear it. It's just in the background for me, a little comforting.
So there's one AirPod in, and you're listening to music very low while you're also speaking to somebody else on a date.
Yeah. I mean, I can still hear them. It almost like makes me listen better. I know it doesn't.
That actually makes sense, Kyro, believe it or not, because you have that in the background that could be distracting. But in order to tune that out, you want to be hyper-focused on what the person is saying. So it actually, it helps you focus.
Really?
It makes sense.
Mo this morning is looking like he's living in some parallel world.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to put this together.
Yeah, for me and maybe for you, that would be so incredibly distracting.
It would.
Like the only thing I would focus on is the music. But for Kyro, that music enables him. He's able to tune that out easier, so he can focus on what the person is saying. So it works in reverse for him.
Okay.
I've always, like, my whole life been like, why do I get so distracted by everything? If a light is too bright, I cannot focus on what the person in front of me is saying. Especially in restaurants, I find this to be an issue. You can be across the table from the loudest speaker, but all of the restaurant noises, something dropping and breaking, like the random big noises, that stuff's very distracting. And my head is on a swivel, like, looking for it all the time while I'm trying to focus on the person in front of me. After my diagnosis, all of this makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. But I have always been that person that when I was studying, I needed to have like music going because it helped me to focus on the studying rather than being distracted by the music. But there are other people that cannot have TV or music on while they're studying. But I would actually retain the information better when I was listening to repetitive music I've always heard before. So I actually like really get this because if I had my AirPods in, they have some noise canceling abilities, the ones that I got from Apple. So I've found that sometimes like I'll put them in and I won't even play music. I'll just be walking around all day with them in because they're giving me like a little bit of a buffer into the world. They're silencing some of the noise and then I'm able to like focus on what my husband's saying better. So I actually get this, and I think maybe Kyro has the same like issue I do with like the attention span maybe, and it just helps to have that repetitiveness in the background.
If you're going on the date though with Kyro and you see that if I'm dating somebody, it's our first date, and you've got an AirPod in, I'm put off by that.
100%.
But I'm trying to figure out as you, Kyro, how you address that with somebody on a first date. Like what could he say?
But he said he could hide it.
Yeah.
His hair allows him to hide it.
Right. But
because I've never, in all the time he's come in here, and obviously he has it on the opposite side, I've never noticed that.
me neither.
I haven't really noticed it either. Maybe once or twice, but not really.
Has anybody that you've gone out with called you out on it?
Well, that's the thing. I went on a date and, she brushed my hair back, like she went in for a kiss. She made that move. I was cool with it. And then she saw the earbud. We were in her car and she stopped and she wasn't too happy. And then she was like, "What's that in your ear?" And then she was like, apologizing. She's like, "Oh my gosh, is that a like
A hearing aid?
a hearing aid?" And then and I was like, "No, I just listen to music in the background." And she wasn't very happy about that. And then she was like, "Well, take it out." And as soon as I took it out, like my explanation really went kind of to crap.
You should have told her, well, Mo's been feeding me lines all night. Did you explain to her, and we only have a couple of seconds, did you explain to her why you had it in?
I tried. I mean, she asked me to take out the headphones, so then I'm, clamming up and I'm like panicking because I don't have my soundtrack in the background, like cheering me on. I'm just sitting there floundering, and I get. Do I need to start like telling people at the front of the date that I'm doing this because like it's so awkward, but at the same time, like it helps me so much.
Mo, would you say something about it right off the bat?
Yep.
You would?
I would address it in the beginning. Let's get it out the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think it's. I mean, if you started twerking at the dinner table and you were like completely distracted by the music, then I would see it as an issue.
And if she noticed throughout the date that you weren't paying attention, like if she was talking to you and you were like somewhere else or you weren't engaged, then that's a different story. But that's not the case here.
Yeah.
The Bert Show.
Hey, do you like what you just watched? Because you can get more Bert Show for free. We drop new podcasts every weekday, and you can find us anywhere. Spotify, Apple, any place you get podcasts.